All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to get you geared up with all the essential English words you need to handle any shopping trip like a pro. So if you're in an English-speaking country, or you just want that extra bit of confidence, you're in the right place.
You know that feeling? Walking into a store and you're just a little bit worried you won't know what to say? Yeah, you are not alone. It can feel kind of stressful, but trust me, once you know a few key words, it gets so much easier.
And that's exactly what this is, your 5-minute guide. Let's think of it like your first shopping mission. We're going to give you all the words and phrases you need to walk in there and feel totally in control. You ready? Let's go.
Okay, so every great mission starts with a plan. And for us, step one is picking the right destination. Because where you go really just depends on what's on your list.
So let's break it down. If you need a bit of everything, food, cleaning supplies, the works, you're heading to the supermarket. But for the special stuff, you'll want a bakery for fresh bread, a butcher for meat, or a greengrocer for all your fruits and veggies. Need something like aspirin? That's the pharmacy. And of course, for outfits, you've got your clothes shops, shoe shops, or a big department store, which honestly has a little of everything.
All right, you've picked your store, you've walked through the door, now let's get the lay of the land. We need to know about the key people you'll meet and the tools you're going to use on this mission.
First up, and this is the most important person in the whole store, it's you. When you're shopping, you are the customer. You're the one calling the shots and deciding what to buy.
Now, if you get stuck or can't find something, you're going to look for a shop assistant. Their entire job is to help you out, so you should never ever feel shy about asking them a question. They're basically your helper inside the store.
And then, at the very end of your trip, when you're ready to pay, you'll meet the cashier. That's the person who rings everything up and takes your money.
Okay, let's talk about your tools. If you're planning on buying a lot of stuff, say at the supermarket, you'll want to grab a trolley, or as some people call it, a cart. It's that big metal basket on wheels. But if you just need to grab a few things, you can just use a basket. That's the smaller one you carry. Easy.
Okay, you know where you are, you know who everyone is. Now it's time to make your move. This is where we get to the good stuff, the actual words and phrases you'll use to find what you're looking for.
So before you decide on anything, the first thing you'll probably want to know is its cost. And the cost is just, the price, how much money you need to pay for it.
And here's the perfect way to find out. If you can't see a price tag, just find a shop assistant and politely ask, "Excuse me, how much is this?" It's a simple, perfect question. Oh, and here's a little tip. Also keep an eye out for signs that say things like on sale or 50% off. That means the cost is even less. Now, let's say you're in a clothes shop. You're not just going to buy a shirt and hope it fits, right? You'll want to try it on. That's the verb we use, to try on. It just means putting on the clothes to see how they look and feel.
And where do you go to do that? You head to a fitting room. It's just that small, private room where you can try everything on. See how these pieces connect? You find something you like, you want to try it on, so you ask, where are the fitting rooms? And hey, if you're in there and it doesn't fit right, you could even ask, do you have this in a medium, or does this come in blue? This is how you really start to navigate the store.
Okay, here's a really useful one. Sometimes a shop assistant will come up and ask, "Can I help you?" when you're just browsing. If you don't need help yet, this is the perfect, polite thing to say. "I'm just looking. Thank you." It's super friendly and lets them know you're okay for now. So after all the looking and trying things on, you've made your decision. The final action is to buy the item. You're ready to exchange your money for it.
And that brings us to the grand finale of our shopping mission, paying. This is it. The last step to finish your purchase and walk out that door with all your new stuff.
Paying is really just 3 simple steps. First, the cashier will tell you the total cost, after any discounts, of course. Then you choose how you want to pay, and finally, you get your receipt and any change you're owed. That's pretty much it.
Now for that second step, you usually have 2 main options. You can pay with cash, the paper money and metal coins, or you can use a plastic card, like a credit card or a bank card.
After you pay, the cashier is going to hand you a receipt. Now listen, don't just throw this little piece of paper away. It's super important. It's your proof of purchase. You'll need it if you ever decide you want to return something. Just in case you get home and realize you wanted the other color after all.
And one last thing, if you pay with cash and you give the cashier more than the total, the money they give you back is called your change. So for example, if something costs $3 and you hand them a $5 bill, you'll get $2 back in change. Simple as that.
And just like that, mission complete. Seriously. From picking the store to getting your receipt,
You now have the key words for a totally successful shopping trip in English. You're all set.
So I guess there's only one real question left. With all these new tools in your toolkit, where are you going to go first? The department store? The bakery? The choice is all yours. Happy shopping.